A strange signal. In the year 2145, Earth had changed a lot. People were not just living on Earth anymore. They were traveling to space and exploring new planets. Scientists worked hard to learn about other worlds, and astronauts were heroes. Among them was Alex, a brave and curious astronaut who loved adventure. He worked at the United Space Research Center, where the best minds came together to explore the universe. One bright morning, Alex was in the control room with his team. The room was filled with screens showing different parts of space. Everyone was focused on their work, but Alex had a feeling that something exciting was about to happen. Suddenly, one of the monitors started beeping loudly. A bright red light flashed, grabbing everyone's attention. "What is that?" asked Maria, one of the scientists. Alex walked over to the screen. "It looks like a distress signal," he said, his heart racing. He quickly read the data. "It's coming from a planet in the Zeta system, about 20 light years away from Earth." The room fell silent. Everyone stared at the screen, wondering what the signal meant. Alex felt a rush of excitement mixed with worry. He had heard stories about strange signals from distant planets, but this was real. Someone, or something, needed help. Dr. Reynolds, the team leader, stepped forward. "We must analyze the signal carefully. It could be a trap, or it could be genuine distress." His voice was serious, and the team nodded in agreement. Alex's mind raced. He thought of the possibility of an alien family in trouble. "What if they really need our help?" he said, his voice filled with passion. "We should send a team to investigate. We can't just ignore it." Some team members looked uneasy. "But it's risky," said Maria. "We don't know what we might find out there." Dr. Reynolds rubbed his chin thoughtfully. "You're right, Maria. But we also can't turn our backs on those who are in danger." He looked at Alex. "If we go, it has to be a well-prepared mission." Alex felt a surge of determination. He remembered his childhood dream of exploring the stars and helping others. "We can do this. We have the best technology and a skilled team. Let's help them." After a moment of silence, the team agreed. They began to prepare for the journey. They gathered their equipment and checked the spaceship. Alex felt a sense of excitement growing. This mission could be his chance to make a real difference. As the team worked, Alex couldn't shake the feeling of adventure. He imagined what the alien family might look like. Would they be friendly? Would they speak a different language? His heart raced with thoughts of meeting beings from another world. Finally, the spaceship named the Explorer was ready. It gleamed under the bright lights of the hangar, waiting for its crew. Alex felt a mix of pride and responsibility. He knew this mission was important, not just for the aliens but for humanity. It was a chance to show that humans could be heroes in the vastness of space. Before takeoff, Alex gathered the team. "Remember, we are going to help someone who is in need. Let's make sure we are brave and smart. Together, we can do this." With determination in their hearts, the team boarded the spaceship, ready to face the unknown. As the Explorer lifted off the ground, Alex looked out at Earth, feeling a deep connection to his home. He hoped that soon they would bring back a new friend from a distant world. Little did they know that their adventure was just beginning. A risky choice. As the Explorer soared through the stars, Alex felt a mix of excitement and fear. The ship hummed softly around him, and the stars twinkled like diamonds against the dark canvas of space. He looked at the crew members, each one focused on their tasks. Maria was at the controls, navigating their course, while Dr. Reynolds monitored the ship's systems. The atmosphere in the cabin was tense, but Alex could sense a shared hope among them. After a few hours, the team gathered around a large screen that displayed their path. The distant planet, Zeta Prime, appeared as a blue-green orb. It looked inviting yet mysterious, and Alex could not help but wonder about the family in distress. He felt a strong pull to help them, but doubts began to creep into his mind. "Do you really think we should be doing this?" Maria asked, breaking the silence. Her brow furrowed with concern. We have no idea what we'll face when we get there. Dr. Reynolds nodded. She's right. This mission could be dangerous. We need to be cautious. What if the aliens are hostile? Or what if the planet has dangerous creatures? Alex understood their fears, but he felt a fire in his heart. But what if they really need us? They could be scared and alone. We can't just turn our backs on them. His voice was filled with passion. Dr. Reynolds sighed, weighing the risks. Helping others is noble, but we have to think logically. If we go in without a plan, we might put ourselves in danger. Maybe we can prepare better, Alex suggested. We could take extra supplies and weapons just in case. If we can find a way to communicate with them, maybe we can learn about their situation first. The team looked at each other, contemplating Alex's idea. Finally, Maria spoke up. I think we should do both. Let's prepare for any danger, but also keep our minds open to making friends. Her words seemed to lighten the mood, and the team started to brainstorm ideas for the mission. They discussed what supplies to take, what technology could help them communicate with the aliens, and how to stay safe. They made a list of equipment, including translators, food supplies, and even tools to help them if they needed to fix anything on the planet. As the conversation continued, Alex felt a sense of unity growing among them. They were all in this together, and that made him feel stronger. Each team member shared their thoughts and fears, creating a bond that would help them face whatever lay ahead. As they finished their preparations, Dr. Reynolds clapped his hands together. All right, team. Let's make this a successful mission. We may be taking a risk, but sometimes the greatest adventures come from the biggest risks. The crew cheered, their spirits lifted. They all knew that this mission was not just about helping an alien family. It was about pushing the boundaries of what they believed was possible. As they approached Zeta Prime, Alex felt a thrill of anticipation. They were about to enter a new world filled with unknowns. What would the alien family look like? Would they be friendly? Alex could not wait to find out. But he also knew that the path ahead would not be easy. With a deep breath, Alex steadied his nerves. He was ready to face the challenges ahead, determined to show that humans could be heroes in any galaxy. Together, they would find the alien family and bring them home, into space. As the explorer flew deeper into the universe, the stars sparkled like tiny jewels against the vast black sky. The crew was focused, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of the control panels. Alex sat in his seat, excitement bubbling inside him. They were on their way to Zeta Prime, a planet that held the promise of adventure and a chance to help an alien family in need. Maria expertly navigated the controls, her eyes scanning the instruments. We're on course for Zeta Prime, she announced. We'll arrive in about 2 hours. Alex leaned forward, eager to see the planet up close. What do you think it will be like? He asked, glancing at Dr. Reynolds, who was reviewing the data on the screen. Dr. Reynolds looked thoughtful. It could be very different from Earth. We might find strange plants, unusual animals, or even a completely different atmosphere. We need to be prepared for anything. The crew nodded in agreement, their eyes reflecting a mix of anticipation and nervousness. They spent the next hour checking their supplies and equipment. Alex double-checked the translators, ensuring they were ready to help communicate with the alien family. He knew that building trust would be crucial once they arrived. Suddenly, the ship shuddered. The crew members exchanged worried glances. What was that? Maria asked, her fingers moving quickly over the controls. Let me check, Dr. Reynolds said, his voice steady. He examined the ship's systems. It seems we've encountered some space debris. It looks like we'll have to maneuver around it. Alex felt a rush of adrenaline. I can help, he said, moving to the navigation panel. He and Maria worked together, their hands flying over the buttons and levers. With their combined skills, they managed to guide the ship safely through the debris. Nice work, team. Dr. Reynolds praised, his voice filled with relief. We can't afford any more surprises on this journey. After regaining their composure, the crew settled back into their routine. They discussed their plan for when they arrived. "Remember, we need to approach carefully," Alex reminded everyone. "The last thing we want to do is scare the alien family or attract unwanted attention." Time passed quickly, and soon the ship's alarm signaled that they were approaching Zeta Prime. Maria's eyes widened with excitement. "Look at that," she exclaimed, pointing at the view screen. Alex stared in awe. The planet was stunning, with bright blue oceans and lush green landmasses. Towering mountains rose in the distance, their peaks capped with white clouds. He felt a sense of wonder wash over him. This was a world unlike any he had ever seen. As they entered the planet's atmosphere, the ship began to shake gently. Alex tightened his grip on the armrest. "This is it," he said, feeling the thrill of the moment. "Steady," Maria said, focusing on the controls. "We're almost through." With a final jolt, the ship emerged into the clear skies above Zeta Prime. They had arrived. Below them, Alex could see colorful forests and sparkling rivers winding through the land. It was beautiful and inviting, but also mysterious. "Let's find a safe place to land," Dr. Reynolds said, scanning the landscape. "We need to set up camp before we search for the alien family." As they descended, Alex's heart raced. He thought about the family they were trying to save. Would they be waiting for help? Would they be scared? He was determined to do everything in his power to help them. The ship landed softly on a flat area near a grove of unusual trees with purple leaves. Alex looked out the window, his mind filled with questions and hopes. This was just the beginning of their adventure, and he couldn't wait to meet the alien family that had sent the signal. Together, they would face whatever challenges lay ahead, united by their shared mission of courage and compassion. Finding the aliens. As the crew of the Explorer stepped out of the spaceship, they were greeted by the fresh air of Zeta Prime. The atmosphere was different from Earth, with a sweet floral scent that filled their lungs. Bright colors surrounded them. The trees had purple leaves, and the grass shimmered with shades of blue. Alex felt a surge of excitement as he took in the beauty of this strange new world. "Stay close, everyone," Dr. Reynolds instructed, pulling out a device that looked like a small tablet. "We need to find the source of the distress signal and locate the alien family." The team nodded, ready to work together. Alex held the translator tightly, knowing it would be their key to communication. Maria began to scan the area with her equipment, looking for any signs of life. As they walked deeper into the grove, they heard unusual sounds, soft whispers, like a gentle breeze. Alex's heart raced. "Do you hear that?" he asked, looking around. The sounds seemed to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. "Let's keep moving," Maria said, her eyes scanning the trees. "We need to focus on finding them." The group carefully made their way through the grove, navigating around strange plants that seemed to glow in the fading light. Every few steps, Alex paused, hoping to catch a glimpse of the alien family. He imagined them as scared and alone, waiting for help. He could feel their fear in his heart. After what felt like hours, they arrived at a clearing. In the center stood a small, makeshift shelter made of branches and colorful leaves. It looked fragile but cozy, as if it had been crafted with care. Alex's breath caught in his throat. Could this be where they are? He wondered aloud. Dr. Reynolds approached the shelter, his eyes narrowing as he examined it. "This looks promising. We should call out to them," he said. "Let's show them we mean no harm." Alex nodded, his heart pounding. He stepped forward, raising the translator. "Hello, we are here to help," he called out, trying to keep his voice calm and friendly. "We received your distress signal." Silence filled the air for a moment, making Alex anxious. Then, from behind the shelter, he saw movement. Two small figures emerged, and Alex's breath caught in his throat. The aliens were unlike anything he had ever seen. They were short and slender, with bright green skin and large, expressive eyes that shimmered like emeralds. Their features were gentle, and they seemed curious but cautious. "Don't be afraid," Alex said softly, taking a small step forward. "We come in peace." The aliens exchanged glances, and one of them took a hesitant step forward. "You are not like us," it said in a soft voice that echoed through the translator. "Why have you come?" Alex felt a wave of relief wash over him. "We heard your call for help. We want to assist you. Can you tell us what happened?" The aliens looked at each other again, their expressions shifting from fear to hope. "Our ship crashed," the green alien explained. "We have been hiding from the creatures that roam this land. We thought we would never be found." Alex's heart sank at their words. "We can help you fix your ship," he promised, "and we will protect you from any dangers. You're safe with us." The alien family, who Alex now saw were 2 adults and a child, began to relax. The child stepped forward, wide-eyed with wonder. "You are big," they exclaimed, pointing at Alex. The other aliens chuckled softly, their fear slowly melting away. "Let's work together," Dr. Reynolds suggested. "We need to see the ship and understand how we can help." With newfound trust, the alien family led the crew to the crash site, which was not far from the clearing. As they walked, Alex felt a warmth in his heart. They were no longer strangers. They were allies, united by a common goal. He glanced back at the aliens, ready to take on whatever challenges lay ahead. Together, they would find a way to fix the ship and ensure the alien family was safe. This adventure was just beginning, and Alex was determined to help them find their way home. Building trust. The crash site was a short walk from the clearing, hidden behind a cluster of tall, vibrant trees. As Alex and the crew followed the alien family, he felt a mix of excitement and nervousness. He wanted to help them, but he also needed to understand their situation better. Would they really be able to fix the damaged ship? When they arrived, Alex's heart sank a little. The alien ship was small and badly broken. The shiny surface was scratched and covered in dirt, and one side had a huge dent where it had hit the ground. It looked like it had been through a lot. The 3 aliens stood silently, their eyes wide with worry as they looked at the wreckage. "Can it be fixed?" Maria asked, looking at Dr. Reynolds. He knelt down, examining the ship closely, taking notes on his tablet. "I think so, but we need to gather some supplies from the forest," Dr. Reynolds replied, his brow furrowing in thought. "We might find what we need nearby. Let's see what the aliens can tell us about their technology." Alex turned to the alien family, feeling a wave of sympathy for them. "What do you need to repair your ship?" he asked gently, trying to sound friendly. The larger alien, who appeared to be the father, stepped forward. "We need a special crystal that powers our ship. Without it, we cannot fly." His voice was soft, but filled with sadness. "We lost it when we crashed." "Where did you find it?" Maria asked, already thinking about how they might help. "It was from a cave near here," the mother alien replied, glancing at her partner and child. "But we cannot go back. There are creatures that watch and hunt. We were afraid to return." Alex felt a strong desire to help. "We can go together. We'll protect you," he promised. "We're not afraid of those creatures." The child alien looked up at Alex with wide, hopeful eyes. "You will protect us?" they asked, their voice full of trust. "Absolutely," Alex said, smiling. "We're a team now." As the group prepared to head to the cave, Alex realized how important it was to build trust with the alien family. He wanted them to feel safe, not just because he promised to protect them, but because they needed to believe in each other. Before they left, Dr. Reynolds took out some food supplies from their pack. "Here, this is food from our planet," he said, offering them some energy bars. "It will help you regain your strength." The alien family looked at the food curiously, unsure of what to do. "Will it hurt us?" the father asked, a hint of fear in his voice. "No, it's safe," Alex assured them. "We eat it all the time. Try it, and you'll see." With hesitant smiles, the aliens took the bars and shared them among themselves. After a few moments of quiet chewing, the child's face lit up. "It's good," they exclaimed, their eyes sparkling. This small moment of joy broke the tension in the air. The aliens began to relax, their shoulders lowering as they shared laughter. Alex felt a sense of victory. This was the first step in building trust. "Now let's get that crystal," Alex said, feeling more determined than ever. He could see the glimmer of hope returning to the alien family's eyes. As they set off towards the cave, Alex walked beside the child alien. "What's your name?" he asked. "I am Lyra," the child replied with a shy smile. "Nice to meet you, Lyra. I'm Alex," he said warmly. With each step they took, the bond between them grew stronger. They were no longer just a human crew and an alien family. They were friends, united by a shared mission. Together, they would face the dangers of Zeta Prime, and Alex knew they would find a way to bring the alien family home. Danger approaches. As Alex, Maria, Dr. Reynolds, and the alien family made their way to the cave, the atmosphere of Zeta Prime shifted. The vibrant colors of the forest surrounded them, but a sense of unease hung in the air. Alex could feel it, a strange tension, as if they were being watched. "Stay close together," Dr. Reynolds said, his voice steady but firm. "We need to be careful." Lyra, the small alien child, walked beside Alex, her eyes wide with curiosity and fear. "What will we find in the cave?" she asked, her voice a whisper. "Hopefully, just the crystal we need," Alex replied, glancing around. "But we need to be ready for anything." As they approached the entrance of the cave, the ground became uneven. The trees thinned out, revealing a dark opening that led into the rock. Shadows danced at the cave's entrance, and a faint sound echoed from inside, a low growl that sent chills down Alex's spine. "What was that?" Maria asked, her eyes narrowing as she listened carefully. "I'm not sure," Alex replied, his heart racing. "But it sounds like we're not alone." Dr. Reynolds pulled out a flashlight and shined it into the cave. The beam of light revealed rough walls and the glimmer of minerals, but the growling sound grew louder, and Alex felt a knot tighten in his stomach. "We should be cautious," he said. "Let's not rush in." Suddenly, from the shadows, a large creature emerged. It was unlike anything Alex had ever seen. The beast stood tall on four legs, covered in dark, scaly skin. Its eyes glowed bright red, and its teeth were sharp and menacing. It let out a low snarl, its breath heavy and threatening. The alien family gasped, and Lyra clutched Alex's arm tightly. "What is that?" she cried, fear filling her voice. "I think it's a predator," Dr. Reynolds said, stepping back slowly. "We need to find a way to get around it." Alex's mind raced. He knew they had to act quickly. "We can't let it attack the aliens," he thought. "We must protect them." Just then, the creature lunged forward, snapping its jaws. Alex instinctively stepped in front of Lyra, shielding her with his body. "Back away," he shouted to the others. "Stay behind me." The creature roared, its eyes fixed on Alex. It was big and powerful, but Alex felt a surge of bravery. He needed to defend his new friends. He reached for a rock nearby and picked it up, ready to throw it. "Wait," Maria shouted. "We can't fight it. We need to distract it instead." Dr. Reynolds nodded, his mind working quickly. "If we can make some noise, it might go back into the cave." With that, Maria grabbed a few small rocks and started banging them together, creating a loud clattering sound. The creature paused, its ears twitching as it turned its attention toward the noise. "Now, move," Dr. Reynolds yelled. Alex led the alien family away from the entrance while Maria continued to make noise. The growling creature hesitated, confused by the sudden sound. With quick thinking, Alex and the crew hurried the aliens further away from danger. Lyra looked up at Alex, her eyes wide with fear. "Are we safe now?" she asked, trembling. For now, Alex replied, glancing back at the cave. The creature seemed distracted, but they needed to keep moving. Once they were a safe distance away, they paused to catch their breath. Dr. Reynolds wiped sweat from his forehead. "That was too close," he said, his voice shaky. "We can't go back in there. We need to find another way," Alex said, feeling a sense of urgency. "The crystal is important, but we can't risk everyone's safety." The alien family huddled together, their expressions a mix of fear and uncertainty. Alex felt a strong desire to reassure them. "We'll find a way to help you," he promised. "But first, we need to regroup and come up with a plan." With that, the team moved deeper into the forest, knowing that danger lurked behind them. They had to be smarter, stronger, and work together to overcome whatever challenges lay ahead. The journey was far from over, and Alex was determined to keep his new friend safe, no matter the cost. The Great Escape. The sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows as Alex and the crew strategized their next move. The air was tense, filled with the weight of what they had just faced. The creature was still lurking near the cave, and the alien family looked scared. "We need to find the crystal, but we can't risk running into that beast again," Dr. Reynolds said, glancing at the group. "We must think of a different plan." Alex nodded, feeling a sense of urgency. "What if we distract it with noise again?" he suggested. "Maybe we can create a trap that will draw it away from the cave." Maria raised an eyebrow. "How would we do that? We don't know the layout of this area, and we can't risk the aliens getting hurt." Lyra, the small alien girl, tugged at Alex's sleeve. "I know the forest well. I can help. There are places where we can hide and trick the creature," she said, her voice filled with determination. Dr. Reynolds looked at Lyra, impressed. "If you're sure, that could work, but we have to be very careful." Alex felt a sense of hope at Lyra's suggestion. "All right, let's do this together. We can use the sounds of the forest to our advantage." The group moved quietly through the trees, with Lyra leading the way. She guided them to a spot a little distance from the cave, where the ground dipped down into a small valley surrounded by thick bushes. "If we make noise over there," Lyra pointed, "the creature will be drawn to it." Alex and the crew quickly got to work. They gathered rocks and sticks, creating a pile that they could use to make noise. Maria and Dr. Reynolds prepared the trap while Alex and Lyra collected more materials to distract the creature. As they set up their plan, Lyra looked nervous but excited. "What if it doesn't work?" she asked, biting her lip. "We'll make it work," Alex assured her. "We have to believe. Just remember to stay hidden." After they finished, the group crouched behind the bushes, hearts pounding as they waited. Alex could hear his own breathing, and the tension in the air felt electric. They were all depending on this plan to succeed. Suddenly, they heard the growl of the creature. It was close. Alex felt a shiver run down his spine, but he stayed focused. Maria took a deep breath and grabbed a stick, striking it against a nearby rock. The sound echoed through the trees. The growl turned into a roar, and the creature burst from the shadows, its eyes glowing with anger. It charged towards the noise, leaving the cave behind. "Now!" Alex shouted. The group watched as the creature moved closer to the noise, distracted by the clattering sounds. Dr. Reynolds and Maria quickly grabbed the branches they had set up as a trap. With a swift motion, they pulled them down. The noise made by the falling branches echoed loudly, creating a chaotic sound that drew the creature even further away. "It's working," Alex yelled, his heart racing. They had successfully distracted the beast. Lyra smiled, her eyes shining with excitement. "Let's go," she whispered. With the creature focused on the noise, the team dashed toward the cave. Alex felt the adrenaline surging through him. They had a chance to find the crystal now. They quickly reached the cave entrance. Inside, the dim light revealed the wreckage of the ship. Alex's eyes scanned the area, searching for the glowing crystal that powered the ship. Where could it be? Maria asked, her voice filled with urgency. It must be in the control area, Dr. Reynolds suggested, pointing towards the back of the cave. They rushed inside, hearts pounding as they looked around. Finally, Alex spotted a faint glow peeking from under some broken panels. "There!" he shouted, pointing. Alex knelt down and reached under the debris. With a little effort, he pulled out the crystal, its surface shimmering with energy. "I've got it," he exclaimed, holding it high. The group cheered, but their victory was short-lived. The growling creature was turning back, realizing it had been tricked. "We need to go," Dr. Reynolds shouted. "Quickly," Alex urged as they turned to leave the cave. They dashed outside, adrenaline pumping through their veins, knowing that they needed to escape before the creature could catch up to them. As they ran through the forest, Alex felt a sense of relief wash over him. They had found the crystal, and now they could help the alien family return home. With each step, they grew more confident, knowing that they had faced danger together and emerged victorious. Flying home. With the glowing crystal secured safely in Alex's hands, the group hurried back to the wrecked alien ship. The forest felt different now, filled with a sense of hope and excitement. They had faced danger and succeeded, but they were not out of the woods yet. As they reached the crash site, Dr. Reynolds led the way. "We need to act quickly," he said, his voice firm. "If that creature finds us again, we won't have a chance." The alien family gathered around, their expressions a mix of gratitude and anticipation. Lyra looked up at Alex, her eyes shining with admiration. "Are we really going to fly home?" she asked, her voice filled with wonder. "Yes, we are," Alex replied, feeling the surge of determination. "But we need to get the ship ready first." They carefully entered the ship, and Alex felt a wave of emotions. This was it. They were so close to helping their new friends return home. Dr. Reynolds quickly examined the control panel, while Maria began to install the crystal. "Do you remember where the crystal goes?" Maria asked, glancing at the alien family. The father alien stepped forward, pointing to a slot on the panel. "Here," he said in his soft voice. "But be careful. It is very important." With careful hands, Maria placed the crystal into the slot. Instantly, the ship hummed to life, lights flickering on the control panel. The alien family gasped in delight. "It works," Lyra shouted, jumping up and down. "Now we just need to power it up," Dr. Reynolds said, tapping buttons on the console. "Everyone, stand back just in case." The ship vibrated as systems started to activate. Alex felt a rush of excitement and fear. Would the ship really fly again? He looked at the alien family, seeing hope in their eyes. He wanted to make this happen for them. "Prepare for takeoff," Dr. Reynolds called, his voice strong. "We're about to leave Zeta Prime." Alex and the crew buckled themselves into their seats. The alien family followed suit, their faces a mix of joy and nervousness. "Hold on tight," Alex said, glancing at Lyra. "It's going to be a bumpy ride." The ship's engines roared to life, and Alex felt the ground shake beneath them. The control panel lit up, displaying colorful lights and strange symbols. Maria monitored the readouts, her expression focused. "Everything looks good. We're ready." Dr. Reynolds took a deep breath and pushed a lever forward. The ship lurched as it lifted off the ground, the landscape of Zeta Prime falling away below them. Alex looked out the window, watching the colorful trees and mountains shrink in the distance. Lyra squealed with joy, clapping her hands. "We're flying. We're flying," she shouted, her excitement filling the cabin. As they ascended, Alex felt a sense of relief wash over him. They had done it. They had found the crystal, avoided danger, and were now on their way home. But then he noticed something alarming on the control panel. "Dr. Reynolds," Alex called, pointing at a flashing red light. "What does that mean?" The doctor's expression turned serious as he examined the panel. "It means we have an unstable energy level," he said. "We need to adjust the power output, or we might lose control. Maria quickly started pressing buttons, trying to stabilize the ship. "I'll do my best," she said, her fingers flying across the controls. "Alex, help me with this dial." Alex moved to her side, twisting a dial as Maria instructed. The ship trembled, and they could feel the pressure around them. "Keep it steady," he urged, sweat forming on his brow. With a final push of the controls, the ship stabilized, and the red light turned green. Everyone sighed in relief. "Good job, team," Dr. Reynolds praised, a smile spreading across his face. As the ship soared into the stars, Alex looked at the alien family. They were smiling, their faces lit with joy and gratitude. "Thank you," the mother alien said, her eyes shining. "You saved us." Alex beamed back at her. "We did this together," he said. "Now you can go home." With the universe stretching out before them, the ship traveled toward the stars, and Alex felt a deep sense of satisfaction. They had faced challenges and fears, but they had triumphed together. He looked out the window, dreaming of the adventures that lay ahead, knowing that their friendship had just begun. A new home. As the ship flew through the stars, the alien family sat close together, filled with hope and excitement. Alex, Maria, and Dr. Reynolds worked together at the control panel, guiding the ship toward the alien home planet, Katera. "We're getting closer," Dr. Reynolds said, his eyes fixed on the navigation screen. "Just a few more light years to go." Lyra, the little alien girl, leaned over Alex's shoulder, her wide eyes filled with wonder. "What will our home be like?" she asked, her voice soft and curious. Alex smiled at her. "I'm sure it will be beautiful, just like you and your family," he replied, feeling a warm glow in his heart. Suddenly, the ship shook violently, and the lights flickered. Maria grabbed the console to steady herself. "What was that?" she exclaimed, her voice edged with panic. "Let me check," Dr. Reynolds said, tapping buttons on the panel. "It looks like we've hit some space debris. We need to steer clear of it." Alex took a deep breath, trying to stay calm. "I'll help," he said, focusing on the controls. Together, they maneuvered the ship, carefully avoiding the floating pieces of rock and metal. After a few tense moments, they broke free from the debris, and the ship stabilized again. "Nice work, everyone," Dr. Reynolds said, relief flooding his voice. Lyra clapped her hands in delight. "We did it," she cheered. "We're going home." As they continued their journey, Alex took a moment to reflect. He thought about how much he had grown during this adventure. He had faced danger and uncertainty, but had also formed strong friendships with the alien family. They were no longer just strangers from different worlds. They were friends, bound together by their shared experiences. Finally, the ship approached Katera. The planet was a stunning sight, with swirling colors and bright lights illuminating its surface. Alex couldn't believe how beautiful it was. "Look, there's our home," the father alien exclaimed, pointing out the window. As they flew closer, Alex could see large cities with unique architecture, colorful landscapes, and rivers sparkling in the sunlight. The sight filled him with awe. "It looks amazing," he said, grinning at Maria and Dr. Reynolds. "We're almost there," Dr. Reynolds announced, focusing on landing the ship. "Get ready for a smooth touchdown." With a gentle thud, the ship landed on a grassy field surrounded by colorful flowers. The alien family cheered with joy, their excitement palpable. "We're home," Lyra squealed, jumping out of her seat. As they opened the door, a warm breeze washed over them. Carrying the sweet scent of flowers, the alien family stepped out, their eyes shining as they took in their surroundings. "Welcome to Katera," the mother alien said, her voice filled with emotion. She turned to Alex and his friends. "Thank you for bringing us home. We will never forget you." Alex felt a rush of happiness. "We will always be friends, no matter where we are," he replied, feeling a strong bond with them. Lyra took a step forward, looking back at Alex with a big smile. "Will you visit us?" she asked, hope in her eyes. "Of course," Alex said, kneeling to her level. "I'd love to see you again. Maybe we can explore Katera together." Dr. Reynolds and Maria stepped outside, taking in the beauty of the alien planet. "This place is incredible," Maria said, her eyes wide with wonder. As the alien family showed their new friends around, Alex felt a sense of belonging. He realized that helping the alien family had changed him. He had learned about bravery, teamwork, and friendship. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with shades of orange and pink, Alex knew this was not just a farewell. It was the start of a new adventure. He looked at the alien family and his friends, his heart full of warmth. They had crossed galaxies, faced dangers, and created bonds that would last a lifetime.